Have you ever been frustrated because you feel like you barely eat as it is, but you still won't lose fat, get to that point of weight loss? There's multiple things that could be really happening here. It's not something called starvation mode. That actually doesn't exist. It's a big fitness myth. Now, when you look at something like starvation mode, your body goes into this fight or flight state and preserves all your fat, preserves all your weight when you go low in calories. It's not that you don't lose that fat over time. You're going to lose it, but there's several other factors that come into play. Number one is that you're underestimating or undercounting your intake. So many times people think that they're getting a certain amount of calories, but they're really not. They're actually filling up more on the weekends, for example, as opposed to during the week, or they're binging at certain points that they don't realize, or that they're totally underestimating their calorie intake overall. On average, I think it was about 20 to 50% people are off by when they accounting for the calories they're taking in. So that's number one. Number two, it's about metabolic adaptation more so than starvation mode. And fat loss is stalled, goes so long with having a certain number of calories. So say you don't binge, right? Like I went over number one. Say you don't underestimate your calories. If you have those low calories for long enough, your body adapts to that and your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure, goes down. The total amount of calories that you burn throughout the day is lower than it would be otherwise if your calories were higher, which further makes the idea of a reverse diet more necessary. To get your calories up to a point where you're more metabolically adapted to make fat loss easier later on. So you kind of reset your calories, you reset your intake, you reset your metabolism. If you go so long with low calories, you're gonna burn low calories. Which brings me to number three, you gotta be mindful of your activity level. If you are a sedentary person and you eat low calories, you're gonna burn that much less calories as opposed to if you moved more, if you were physically active, if you did have an active job as opposed to a sedentary one. And this is something that's subconsciously you may not even notice. If you're having low calories, it's going to be that much harder to realize how low your activity is, because calories are like energy units. If you have lower energy, chances are you're not going to move as much because you're not going to have much energy. It makes sense that way. So think about this next time you feel like not eating any calories, but there's a reason behind it, why you're not losing the weight. Think about it. For more lifelong health and fitness maintenance tips, subscribe to Mevolve Fitness and apply down below to learn more about my one-on-one coaching. I'll see you tomorrow.